This is a square. This is a circle. This is a triangle. These basic shapes are familiar to everyone, and no one questions whether knowing the names of these shapes will somehow make you less creative. If you play guitar, or any instrument really, and you're thinking about learning a little more music theory, but you're worried that that knowledge of music theory will somehow make you less creative, somehow get in the way of your expressiveness or your creativity because you'll be constrained by rules. What are these rules anyway? You may or may not think you need music theory. But don't make the mistake of believing that music theory will make you less creative. Is music theory about rules? This is a circle. It follows the rule that circles must be round. Rule of the circle. If we think of the rules of music theory, grammar and syntax, not as rules of what you must do and must not do, but rules about what we call stuff. Vocabulary, a circle. We call this shape a triangle. The rule, the triangle. The triangle follows the rule, which says that triangles must have three sides. Three angles, hence triangle. Ask yourself if you could honestly apply that thinking to anything else. We call this shape a square. It follows the rule. The square. That squares must have four sides, 90-degree angles in each of its four corners. This is a chord. At what point? It follows the rule that chords must have a group of notes played together. At what point? This is that same chord on the fingerboard. Do those rules, this is that same chord in tablature form, threaten to make, and this is what we call that chord, threaten to make an artist less creative. This is a sharp sign, this is a flat sign, language, natural language. These are time signatures, language. This is a language of description. There are plenty of anecdotes about great musicians who, we are told, didn't know theory. And usually such assertions are only half-truths. But it's pure conjecture to say that they wouldn't have been as great as they were if they did know it. Someone can know theory and not be a sight reader, for instance. Famous musicians would often rather not discuss what they do or don't know about theory because they may feel it's of limited interest to their fans, or they may have limited but practical knowledge and don't want to claim to know more than they do. No one can really be a working musician and achieve great fame with absolutely no knowledge of theory. And even when a headliner claims ignorance of theory, there's probably someone with a music degree doing their arrangements. You can stop worrying about losing your creative mojo just by knowing how to properly identify chord voicings, or learning how tritone substitutions work, or knowing the structure of modes. More likely, without expanding your knowledge of the language of music, your playing might become more and more repetitive and predictable. You might find yourself falling back on the same ideas over and over and struggle to develop and improve your musicianship. There's no better way to breathe life into your music than challenge yourself to learn new concepts. Theory provides a common language to share those concepts. You decide how you want to apply what you learn. Your audience will tell you if you're successful.